That is no time to be starting a daily vlog. Good afternoon guys and welcome back to another daily video. So I've spent the day at work today, hence the time being like 4:50 and I'm only just starting today's video. Because it's so late in the day, today's video is probably going to consist of me talking quite a bit. So if that's not what you're into, just switch off now. So with today being a rest day combined with a day at work, I wasn't going to film today. I was just going to scrap it off. But then I thought I'll just film. So 2 days ago I think I showed you my custom Oakleys, my custom sprayed Oakleys. I'm not sure where they are. Alright, anyway, today I wanted to show you a couple more pairs of Oakleys that I own. These are slightly different. So I've got here 2 pairs of original Oakley razor blades. These are the ones I wore in a video the other day. These are probably my favourite. I really do like the mirrored lens on here. Back in the 1980s, mirrored lenses were like the bomb. But this is another pair and these are actually probably in more of a better condition. These don't have many scratches on at all. As you may be able to tell, I'm a bit of a fan of collecting old cycling things, cycling memorabilia. I just enjoy collecting it. Just gonna head out for a walk now with the dogs. It'll be a good way to check how this camera and just to see how well it works in low light because so it's getting dark now, the light's going as you can see, and this camera's doing pretty well to be honest. I mean, it's quite dark, but it certainly could be worse. It's the sad reality of winter that soon I'll be doing this walk at 5 o'clock in the evening, I think it is. 6 o'clock in the evening, sorry. Soon I'll be doing this walk in pitch black. But let's look at the positive aspects of winter. We get to build snowmen. Sometimes we're allowed the day off school because the roads are snowed over. I mean, it's not all bad. Oh, and we get these sunsets. So whilst on my lunch break today, I picked up my new saddle. Now you may have remembered about 2 weeks ago, I got a bike fit in Manchester, and one of the things they changed and said that I should change is my saddle, and I need a narrower saddle and also one with a cutout. So I decided today that I would go and get my new saddle. So I've got it at home. I'll stick it on the bike. I don't want to do a full sort of review of the bike fit just yet because as I mentioned in the bike fit video, some of the positions weren't able to be transferred across to my summer bike purely because of the geometry of that summer bike. Some of the angles are a little unorthodox, so we perhaps only managed to get 80% correct of what my position actually should be, if that makes sense. So once I do get my new winter bike, I will transfer all the positions across. I've got an A4 piece of paper with all the different lengths and stem lengths and saddle height and bar width. Every length you could possibly imagine. I will transfer that directly onto my new winter bike. Then I'll ride that for a couple of weeks and we'll talk about the bike fit a little bit more then. But whilst we're on the subject of winter bikes, I think I've made a decision finally what frame I'm going to purchase and ride for this coming winter. So just to recap, I was after a winter frame which was cheap, reliable, but also it had a bit more of a race geometry. The typical winter bike will have a really long head tube, so you sort of sat right upright like this, which is fine if you're just a weekend rider and you enjoy going out socially. But when you are a racer, it's just nice to have a position that is more like your race bike, so over the winter your body doesn't adjust to a new position. You can sort of keep your position constant, and a race position tends to be a little bit lower down on the front, a little bit more aero focused. So with all of these factors in mind, I think my decision is going to be a race light, a Kinesis race light. I think a frame set is about £250, which for a frame, £250 is nothing. And in about 2 or 3 weeks time, there is a brand new race light frame coming out. I think it's called the Race Light T3. It's meant to be slightly lighter than the T2. I will drop a link to it in the description so you can check it out yourself. But for me personally, I feel like it ticks all of the boxes. It's cheap, it's £280. It's reliable. Race lights are known to be reliable. I think the nickname's like the Old Faithful or something. It's got a relatively racy geometry. It's got quite a short head tube, which is perfect. And finally, the colour is absolutely insane. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the T3 is out start of November. That means it is about 3 weeks, two and a half, 3 weeks away until it's launched. So fingers crossed we get another 2.5 or 3 weeks of decent weather so I can just ride my summer bike. So I walk past his house every day and there's these 2 dogs and they just go crazy barking. And they get that angry, they start fighting each other. So originally my plan was to take all the parts off this bike here, which is my old winter bike. It has, I think, Ultegra on it. Yeah, it's got Ultegra there. But as someone mentioned in the comments yesterday, they noticed I had a Campag Nolo group set on my bike I take to the shops. And they said, why don't you use that on your winter bike? And I really, really liked that idea. So on my winter bike, I'm going to have that Campag group set. So obviously I'll have my SRM power meter on the winter bike as well. So the only Campag items will actually be the brake levers and the 2 derailleurs. But nonetheless, I really do like Campag products. I really like how you change down gears with your thumb on the inside of the brake lever. If you don't know what I mean, I'll put a picture up here now. But I'm super excited to share the winter bike build. I feel like it's become part of the vlog. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, you are a real trooper. I apologise for the short and probably dull video today. I'm just trying to be consistent and knock out a video every day. And at the minute, I'm just trying to work out a schedule for what I'm going to do on the days where I am working all day and I'm not training. So bear with me on that. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.